what's up YouTube? Reanna, Luke the window cleaner. Welcome to Mops and Hops. It's a sleeve review. We're not drinking craft beer. Get over it.
A quick disclaimer before we get into the sleeve review. I do want to say that this is a sleeve review, so they're all pretty straightforward. They all hold water, they all scrub windows. We're going to try to go over them and give you our opinion of each sleeve and why we use the sleeves and why we don't use others. I would also like to say how we take care of our sleeves. We wash all of our sleeves once or twice a week with cold water. We do not dry them, and we do not use detergent in our sleeves because we don't want any of that residue left behind in the sleeves. First step is the NRA Pro Club. You see a lot of new guys using this. This was one of my first sleeves simply because it's easy to find, and they carry sleeves very similar to this in a lot of local hardware stores or like Lowe's, things like that. The sleeve does have some really good water retention when you first buy it, and you'll see quickly it will start losing that, and the microfiber starts getting patted down. I think I've only used this one, man, a handful of times, really, because I don't use 22-inch sleeves very much. And you can see here, burps.
Beer burps.
Beer burps. You can see this one here. It's going to be hard to see, but this one here is already starting to kind of get matted down. I've probably only used this no more than, say, like 30 times. So that's pretty crazy to already start getting matted down. All NRA sleeves are made very well when it comes to the stitching and the Velcro is high quality. All of that is made very well. So in that aspect of the sleeve will last a long time. It's just the microfiber itself doesn't seem to be the best.
So now we have the Unger Ninja sleeve. As you can see, it is gray and white. I have a problem with them using white on mops. I don't understand why you would do that. This is something that's on the window first. So it's taking off a lot of the dirt, and then the dirt turns the sleeve all dingy and dirty looking. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, the stitching on this has held up pretty well. It is marketed as a abrasive sleeve, but after just a couple of uses, your abrasive part of the sleeve itself starts to clump up, and then it misses the window altogether. And then I think that for me personally, with the longer microfiber, whatever this is, it just doesn't hold as much water as if it was really more, it was shorter or more compact, I guess. Fits your T-bar pretty well. Other than that, I didn't like the sleeve. I just didn't like it. I don't want to have to continually dip my sleeve in a bucket or constantly spray with water. So this was not the sleeve for me, but it is really well made. I will say that. The stitching, the Velcro is fantastic on this sleeve.
Up next is the Unger Monsoon. We don't have this in an 18. I would like to get this in 18. I know a lot of guys raved about this sleeve. I found the water retention on this one to be pretty awesome. Overall, this is a really good sleeve. It's made well. I've used this one just as like a 10-inch here for a lot of residential work, and I still haven't had any problems with it kind of clumping up like Reanna said before with the Unger Ninja sleeve.
But it doesn't have the abrasive strips either. That's where you see the clumping up.
And that's where you see, and you called it earlier, dreadlocking, and that's where you see like dreadlocks almost starting in there. So this one's held up really well, and I think what you find with, if I had to say who made the highest quality sleeve when it came to stitching and Velcro and the material that they're using, I would say it would be Unger, because these sleeves are made, well, they're made really well.
That's your opinion. No, it's fine.
No, they're made really well.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to everything else, now necessarily the microfiber itself, that goes to another sleeve. But I would say how this fits and the stitching and the Velcro, definitely Unger has the highest quality when it comes to that.
I think you see the same water retention with this one as you do with the other Unger. I think it's really the same thing. And especially when you're doing cut-ups, again, you don't want to have to keep dipping if you're doing cut-ups. So for me, it's kind of the same as the other for me.
Okay.
It's fair. We can have different opinions.
Yeah, no, totally fair.
We're getting a divorce.
This is the NRA Porcupine. The ettore Porcupine is the most aggressive sleeve I have ever used. So if you've got a job that is really dirty or whatever it may be, this would be an awesome sleeve for that. But this sleeve is also not tint safe. So if you're working on any jobs or you have any jobs that have tinted windows, this would not be a good sleeve to use.
So if you're switching back and forth, say you clean a bar, if the outside windows are obviously not tinted and you went inside and the windows were tinted, you'd have to switch sleeves, which is a huge down.
It's kind of a hassle.
Yeah.
So I would recommend the sleeve for, say, if you're doing a house that does not have tint or something like that, hasn't been cleaned in a long time, or a commercial job that's really dirty. This is awesome. The water retention is not stellar on this one. It's got all of these little plastic spikes almost coming out of it, which is really great for agitating that dirt off of the windows. Again, it's still a high quality sleeve. One thing I'll say I like about ettore, they always put the 2 Velcro tabs, which I've always kind of liked because it holds on to the T-bar really snug and well. So yeah, that's the ettore Porcupine. This one's got a lot of cat hair on it.
And Reanna hair.
And it's like a hair trap.
So now we have the Pollux Microtiger.
Mm-hmm. That's like a weird word, microtiger.
This is the Pollux Microtiger. It is a abrasive sleeve. You can see the red. It's just like abrasive, you know. Again, with the white, it looks pretty dingy, pretty fast. This does not fit the T-bar very well at all. It kind of just flops around on there. The Velcro goes really quickly. To me, it seems pretty quick compared to other sleeves.
Like the Unger.
Like the Unger.
Yeah.
But this...
And then
the reason why we have this in our kits is because it is a good sleeve.
It's like the best of both worlds.
The water retention is great. The abrasiveness of it is fantastic. Like bird poop, I don't need a razor. I can just use a sleeve and it takes care of it just fine. But unfortunately, it does wear out pretty quick. But I think that the price is
really reasonable. No,
pretty reasonable.
I think it's $14 for a sleeve.
So the price is $14, and so you have to buy one every 4 or 5 months. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a deal. But again, I just kind of got sick of it flopping around. We just threw one away the other day because the Velcro just totally kaput on it.
Well, and that's the biggest annoyance, because when you're scrubbing your window, what happens is this part of the sleeve right here doesn't fit onto it, I think, correctly. So it just like flops around. And what I was going to say is we even had, on several of these, we've had the elastic band come unstitched as well. I don't know if you remember, but we've had some of the elastic bands come unstitched. So it's just not made.
If the quality, I mean, now this is, I would like to say that we bought a batch of sleeves, the Microtiger sleeves, and they were great. And they lasted what seemed like a long time. So then we ordered a second round after those had worn out. And that batch was just crap. And I don't know if the quality has dropped a bit or what's going on there, but I would say the first round sold us, and that's what we were going to use. And then after the second round, unfortunately, we did switch.
Yeah. Come on, Pollux.
I like your bucket, though.
Yeah. Stitch your sleeves better.
Listen to us.
Get better Velcro.
I think we said that before, like a long time ago.
Stop ordering your stuff from China.
Yeah.
Do like Donald Trump. Make America great again. Oh, I actually like this sleeve. I really do. Now, this is the Unger microfiber sleeve. It comes in red. This sleeve is, the water retention in this, I would say, is not that good. It's really not. It's pretty weak. But I found that the scrubbing power on this one is I actually like it. I prefer the shorter microfiber sleeves. And I actually do like this sleeve. But the problem is, again, you'll see with this type of microfiber, it's already starting to do the dreadlock thing. I got 2 strips. You can almost see it right here, a strip of dreadlock, and a strip over here of dreadlock building up in the sleeve. But overall, I would suggest purchasing one of kind of the basic microfiber sleeves from Unger than I would from ettore. This one has outlasted the other one. So I like this sleeve. And it's red. It matches our YouTube colors.
To me, it just feels like a cheap version of my favorite sleeve ever.
It's coming.
Moerman guy, I hope you're hearing this.
I so hope you're hearing this, guy.
I love this. This is my favorite sleeve I have ever purchased. We actually own 3 of them, and you cannot tell them apart. They look brand new.
Which is crazy.
They look brand new every day that I mean, I could watch this. I don't know if this is the new one. I don't think this is the new one. I think the only difference is my Velcro here curls. I want more. I told Luke I want 2 more.
No, we will be. This is probably the sleeve that we will be transitioning to.
It is just, I mean, coming from the microtiger to this, like the way this puts water on the glass.
Nice and even.
Is nice and even. It is not dripping at all. It's just, and the water retention is fantastic. There is no scrubbing power with this. I would say that. There is 0 scrubbing power. But that's why I carry steel wool, so it's not that big of a deal to me. And it does have that little end there. You can see that's pretty worn out. But again, not a big deal. That's why I carry steel wool. The Velcro is great. There's really no move on my T-bar. I love the sleeve. I highly suggest the sleeve. Out of anyone I've tried, which I know I've only been doing this for like a little over a year, but this one is the best. Love it.
Guy, if you're listening, I really think that your company is just using a higher quality material than the other companies. Because the thing is, I'm guessing that this sleeve here is probably around, gosh, I would say this sleeve is about 6 months old, and you're just now starting to see like just a little bit of that dreadlocking right here, which is almost like hard to tell, versus the Unger sleeve. That Unger sleeve will last you not much more than 3 months. And this sleeve will just hold up for so long and hold so much water.
So much water.
Guys talk about the monsoon all the time. I promise you should try this sleeve out. And we're not being paid for this. We didn't get these sleeves for free. I just want to throw that out there.
We've purchased 3.
We had to buy them.
2 more.
No, and if you just want the best sleeve on the market, absolutely buy this sleeve.
So we did the sleeves for the T-bars, and now we're going to do the 2 sleeves, whatever, Fliq pad for the swivel tools for pole work or hand work, I guess. I'll let Luke do that.
First, you got the OG. This is the wagtail pad. I hate this pad.
Of course you do. Look how thin this is. How much water could this possibly hold? It's
and
like
how cheap
every
it is.
3 windows, you'd have to squirt your freaking pad back down.
There's just like cat hair flying around here. These sleeves have been stored away, so when we dug them out.
You should be used to that.
But no, this is a lot. There was like a wagtail following that just love anything that Willie does, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not that loyal to any brand, and we use a wide variety of all brands.
We've got the Unger handle, the ettore channel, the Moerman sleeve, the
Unger scraper. Yeah. I mean, whatever it is. So we try to use the best thing on the market from any brand. So I'm not just a Moerman fan or a wagtail fan, but this sleeve is absolute garbage. Christopher Dauber has been modifying his sleeves. He was one of the first ones and one of the pioneers I know of modifying the wagtail sleeves a long time ago. And Willie just will not listen. I think Willie may be in cahoots with like zip tie companies. So he keeps producing these crap sleeves. So you have to go and modify it and use zip ties. I'm not too sure what it is. But the water retention in this is, if I had to give it from a scale from 1 to a 10, this is a -5. The abrasiveness of this is also a -5. It's just
how it clips on to the.
That is the worst. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. I just
yeah.
hate this sleeve. I hate everything about that. Now, guys, we're all familiar with the accelerator. I think it's light years away from the wagtail. I'm not really going to go into the tool, just the sleeve itself. Again, this sleeve here is made out of the same material, out of the Moerman hand tool sleeve. This is awesome. This tool here, I still have to wet it down every once in a while, but everything about this pad, you could tell here with the wagtail pad. So this is what you get, nice and flimsy. Now you'll see here just the difference of the Moerman sleeve. So the Moerman sleeve is much more rigid, and you can tell it's got a lot more cloth to it. So it holds more water. It's a little bit more rigid. And
it's called a Fliq pad.
And this is the thing I like as well about the Fliq pad. Thank you. It has a lot more cleaning surface on the window. So when you're cleaning with the Fliq pad, you've got all of this on the window versus when you're cleaning with the wagtail pad, if you can imagine, this just gets bent, and this is pretty much what you're cleaning with now when you flip it back over.
Now, when we, so the prototype didn't have the little Velcro pieces here that kind of
the elastic bands
that pinched it up. So that was a prototype. And then when they had some complaints about it, so they put in these elastic bands here to kind of pull these edges up because guys were having trouble when they were closing out on, I think, with this on the bottom.
Yes.
So Luke and I just cut them off. It took us 2 seconds. I used my razor. We're outside of a building. We cut them off.
Yes.
Because it seemed to pull away from the edges. It didn't get all of the glass really well.
Nuts.
So we cut those off. And look, it is perfectly fine. So if you use this on top, you have no problem at all. When you're mopping it down, there's no problem at all. But yes, that is something we did.
Guy, whatever you're doing here, and Bob, you're going to hate me.
Why?
But make us some different colors.
Bob should love us.
Bob, I think Bob it makes him mad that we want something different besides the Moerman blue. Or I know what he's thinking. They're just idiots. And that's fine. I just like a red one or a green one.
I don't care. Leave your sleeve blue. Okay? You just do you. Moerman.
Guy. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We tried to make this video as fun as we could. It's just a sleeve review. It's kind of hard to do. If you like this video and you enjoy watching us, please don't forget to hit subscribe and like. Our last video that we made with the pet peeves garnished us, I think, quite a few dislikes, but like 140 comments. 10 dislikes.
You guys, we are human. We have human emotions and human feelings and human thoughts. And we just said what we say to each other, you know, whenever we're kind of getting frustrated with the whole thing. So if we offended you in any way, just unsubscribe and go somewhere else. But I would like to say that all the sleeves that we reviewed today, I believe, are available on Window Cleaning Resource. I'm not sure about the Porcupine. I'm not 100% sure that they have it there. Okay, they do have it there, but every sleeve...
I know everything about Window Cleaning Resource.
All the sleeves we reviewed are available on Window Cleaning Resource, so just check them out. Check out that Moerman sleeve. You will not be sorry. Thank you, Steve-O. Thank you so much for that.
Don't buy anything wagtail. Sleeves.
You love wagtail. Not the sleeve, but you love wagtail.
I do. I still use them on some jobs.
Some jobs.
Bye.